because you were all busy watching him in the trailer. He's like he was so impressed. I mean, isn't this great that you're impressed with your own trailer because it's so good?
Excited the fact with how it's looking on the big screen, with the correct sound and everything when it all comes together. Everyone works really hard as a team, but eventually all of us become emotional or nervous on the day of.
The action is impeccable. Like I don't see you keeping your feet on the ground, and as you shouldn't also be keeping your feet on the ground after we've seen this trailer. Did you have to go the extra mile? Because this is next level action.
So I think Mission Majnu is not entirely an action film. I mean, it's tough to call that, but we do have sequences that are extremely thrilling. It's a spy thriller for us, and I think what the writers and the producers and even our directors tried is to keep it a little more authentic and real world, where a spy would never jump out with guns blazing. It's not a James Bond character. But there are certain situations in the film where he has to resort to some extreme action. The train action that you see here was something that we are very excited about as a team. And this was my first time doing action on top of a train as a classic hero. So I loved it. I think it adds to the thrill of the film. Mr. Bachchan, I think I've only seen his films. I wasn't in the 70s, obviously, there, but I really enjoyed it, man. I think Sharif has a cool look. He's got the maximum 70s, like he's got a locket which says love, and he's wearing the shades, and this guy is the most colorful one. Yeah, sideburns. Sara 70s इसके costume में डाल दिया हमने. बाकी picture में थोड़ा कम रख रहा है.
See, Sharif, we're not doing this, but
ये तो इनका प्यार है शांतनु सर का और क्या.
Well, Ronnie, we can't have you on stage and have you quiet for this long. So my next question is to you. No one better to answer this question but you. As a producer, what was it? Like, what was that one point? I know it's never one thing, but what was that one thing where you were just like, okay, this is it. I'm not going to let go of Mission Majnu as a project, and I'm definitely going to back it.
So, we all talk about events that are close to true events and movies and stories that need to be done there. I think most of the time when we're visualizing biopics and true events, it's about what you know. But I think the untold stories make even more greater cinema, make greater storytelling. And I think Mission Majnu is exactly that. It's about a behind the scenes. It's about the people, the unsung heroes. It's about the people who actually make the difference. It's about not the true events that we know of, that we averted something. It's about the true events of things that we didn't even know about. Because today in the real world, about one event you hear, there are 399 that incredibly brave men and women around the world are saving us. And I think that to me was the bullseye for why this script, this story has a very strong appeal.
I mean, and the way you say it, it just makes us even more like, I would almost be like, I'm restless now because I want to watch it, because it's a story which is based on true events, and at the same time, like you said, it's the unsung heroes. So we want to definitely know more about them. Sounds extremely interesting. Amar, I'm just going to come to you. Thank you for taking the mic. Staying ready for my questions. Every time there's a script around patriotism, so it's already a winner, because we are, as Indians, we're so patriotic all through the year. Now, of course, being the timing of it is perfect, because it's around 26th of Jan. Our feelings are heightened, which is a great thing. And it's got action, and like Sid corrected me, it's not just action, it's got romance, and it's a watch for the entire family to sit down together and be like, okay, this is what we're going to watch. So as a producer, when you're backing a project like this, do you think of all these layers, or you're like, okay, this idea is great, and then we build up on it?
I just want to say one thing before that, because you kept saying action and romance. There's a story. There's an incredible story here.
Yes.
I just wanted to say
and
that.
An incredible story, which is based on true events. So I just wanted to know. So how does it all come together for you?
So actually, I think we don't tell enough stories about our own agents. What they do across borders in enemy land. We don't know enough. We know the James Bond, we know the big action films that, which is far away from what really happens to our heroes there. And I think for us, Mission Majnu is a personal account of what raw agents go through and what their struggles are, the duality of their lives. And I think that personalization is really what the big USP of the script is. And I think that's what we hope will, is something that the audiences will pick up as well.
I'm sure they will. Rashmika, I'm going to ask you, a question which is based a little bit more about the music, which we haven't spoken about enough. Some of the tracks have caught on. We're listening to a few tracks even in the middle of the trailer. Right at the end, there's this really nice patriotic track. So that's the music of it. When we see the two of you together in a romantic track, there is, as an on-screen Jodi, if you give me permission to use that word, you both look fantastic. What was it like, day one with Sid on set? What was that for you like?
Do you remember the scene?
Oh no, really?
No, because it was such a quick, I think after the COVID, first lockdown is when we shot, and those 20 days, 25 days was my sked, and I remember just being on set very nervous because this was the first Hindi film that I had shot. And I was very nervous with, I didn't know for sure what sort of working atmosphere it was. And of course, every new team that you walk into, every new character that you're doing and the story that you're saying, you have that butterflies in your tummy, right? Before you walk into a set. But I think I remember that first sked in Lucknow it was very quick because I missed it so much. We had such a blast. We were constantly creatively on a high because we wanted to get it right, and I remember doing that. We had rehearsals, we had readings, and at the same time we would go to the set and it was like quick work, and it was just so amazing. I want to go back in time.
Well, that's a great review from day one.